Welcome back, everybody, to another Just Talking Ball podcast. Today, we're going to be going over Broncos versus Colts. Um, and I just, before we get into it, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm having lots of fun doing these, and I really want to keep doing these. So please, if you think it's deserved, leave a like, subscribe, comment, share. Just do whatever to try to help us get more reach if you think that's deserved, I guess. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. Without further ado, let's get right into this game. So oh man, my expectations going into this game was we needed to come out and really put our foot down, pound the ball, and and that's what we did to start the game. That's what we did to start the game. We went out running. That's what Sean said he wanted to do, and that's what I was saying I want to do, and it was really good for us to actually come out and do that. Um, but man, the defense just my expectations for this game was we come out running the ball, like I said, and then defensively, I thought we would play at least how we did week one, but man, we were just allowing catches left and right. Daniel Jones was absolutely cooking us. Um, it was just it was bad for the defense. They didn't force one punt all game to Daniel Jones and the Colts. I mean that's just unacceptable. It was just a complete disaster class from everybody on the defense and special teams especially. I mean, I was expecting us to come into this game. I was expecting to maybe be a little close. The Colts are always a pretty solid team. That they have good coaching. And I mean, I was expecting it to be a semi-close game, but nothing like nothing like it was. I was thinking we'd probably win it by at least a touchdown, if not more. But we never. It was just bad. I don't know. There's no other way to really say it. It was just a bad game. So I mean, yeah, it was just brutal. So kind of going quarter by quarter here. First quarter started out great. Um, we deferred the ball, so Colts got ball first. We held them to a field goal to start, which I'm perfectly fine with. And then our offense came out and had a miraculous drive, touchdown to Mims to end it. We were pounding it with JK quite a bit to get into that range for Bo to throw it, and it was just a beautifully executed drive. And that's what we need to see every single drive is pounding the ball, and then I mean that'll open up the passing game so much, and that's exactly what happened with that 30-yard touchdown to Mims. It was just beautiful all around, great complimentary football, and that's what we need to do day in, day out. Um, it it was just a perfect start for the offense, and then we, what do you know, gave up another field goal. Um, and defense just we got ourselves on third. We got them to third downs, but then we just would give it up right away. It wouldn't be a competitive play at all. Singleton, especially, man, he especially in that first half. Excuse me, he was brutal. His passing coverage it's not good whatsoever. Um, so then going into the second quarter, this is when things started to change a little more. Offense kept cooking. Bo was just dotting up the defense left and right. Sean was making great play calls. We were running the ball. We were we were just doing everything that we needed to do. It was just perfectly executed stuff. I mean, you couldn't write it any really better than it was for the offense in the first half. We scored 14 in the second quarter. I mean, it was just it was amazing, really. And then I mean, yeah, we just kept cooking the uh whole entire first half on offense. It was just a masterclass all around. And then defense, but they gave up two touchdowns that quarter, and you can't be doing that to the Colts, man. I mean, Riley Moss and Singleton, they both, yeah, it was just, it was a really bad showing by the defense. It, it, it was unacceptable. You cannot be having that happen. It was just completely brutal. There's no other words to describe it really. It just was not good whatsoever. So then coming out third quarter, we come out, we score a touchdown right on our first drive. JK punches it in, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure that was JK there. Um, and then our defense actually does good this quarter. We only give up three, so we got a lead and everything going into the fourth. And then our offense just falls off. I mean, we scored 28, so realistically, you should win most of the games when you score 28 points, but the offense just completely forgot how to play offense. We just completely went away from the game plan we were using. Um, we just started making different play calls. I don't get why we didn't just stick with what we were doing because that was working great. It was just amazing what we were seeing to start in the first three quarters from the offense, but then it just went so downhill, and yeah, it was just it was a completely different offense in the fourth quarter than it was to the first three. Um, and then defense gave up two more field goals, and hey, we lost. Committed penalty on special teams. That was brutal. I didn't really agree with the call, but I mean, can't be doing that, I guess. I don't really know. I mean, it was just, it was a bad game by pretty much everybody all around, apart from the offense mainly. Offense looked good through the first three quarters. They didn't really come through when it mattered most. Will Lutz missed the field goal when we actually got into field goal range. It was just, it was just bad. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. It was just a brutal showing all around. Um, yeah, it was just embarrassing, really. I mean, yeah, it was just. I know I keep saying it, but it was just bad. I had a night to sleep on it and everything, but man, that game just there's not much positives to take away from a game like that. So just some points I got throughout the game. Like I said, our offense was absolutely cooking early. The play calls were great. The whole offense was executing great. We saw some Pat Bryant touches. We were running him on slants, and that's exactly he's slant man 2.0. That's what we want to see from him, and it was going great. Troy was absolutely balling out. That was so good to see. Bo was just dotting up the defense left and right. That rollout to Troy on the deep ball was just a piece of art. You can't get any better than that. And we were running it, and that's what we wanted to see. Sean said we needed to do that more, so we actually did it in the first half. It was just so amazing to see us actually thriving on offense. Just everybody was cooking. It was just a master class by the offense for the first three quarters, really. Kind of apart from the end of the third quarter, though, it was just amazing to really see. They were absolutely slicing up the Indy defense. They had no answer for us whatsoever. Um, and then Vance Joseph, he's just he's not that good of a defensive coordinator. Um, people love him. I don't quite see it. He has a great defense, and he just fails to utilize them correctly. Really, he fails to adjust time and time again. The defense always falls off down the stretch because teams figure us out, and he doesn't adjust. I mean, it's really as simple as that. We were for the full for the whole game, really. We were blitzing, and when we would blitz, it would be the same type of package blitz. It would just be linebackers right up the gut. So I mean, they're gonna figure that out, and that's pretty easy to defend once you just block your running back and are prepared for the run backs blitzing in. I mean, linebackers blitzing in. So we were getting no pressures all game, and that's definitely partially on the D line, the linebackers, Benito, Cooper. Just it was just kind of a brutal showing by all of them. But Vance just we didn't once, from what I saw, we barely, if at all, did any corner blitzes, safety blitzes, any blitzes from the outside. Every blitz just came right up the middle. It was really predictable. It and we just didn't stop doing it. So we got no pressures all game. It was a brutal showing from everybody. Vance was just getting pieced up left and right all game. It was really bad. It's just you cannot have that against the Colts. I mean, I know Daniel Jones definitely was hurt by the Giants, but he's not this good. I'm sorry, he's not this good. It you just cannot have that. I mean, we were completely beating ourselves. We were giving up. It was just it's just kind of hard to go into describe because it was just bad. That's all you can really say about it. Vance was bad. We just made the Colts look way better than they are, and that's I'm not trying to disrespect the Colts really. They're a fine team, but they'll even probably tell you that that's not how they're gonna play football week in week out. Not even close. Um, and really, we still need to run the ball more. What we still need to run that ball more. Like I said, we did good in the first half running it. We did, but 14 carries for Dobbins. Okay, that's pretty solid. Um, but then RJ only got 5 carries. We need more. We need to run the ball more. We need, in my opinion, as long as it is giving us 4-ish yards a carry, which I mean that's what Dobbins gave us. That's what RJ gave us last week. If you can just give us 4 yards per rush, there's no reason not to really stop running it. Obviously we will because it opens up the pass game so much. And again, that's how we absolutely cooked in the first half. Our run game was just cooking early. Um, but we just we need to give them more carries. Like each of them, JK and RJ should both easily be getting 100, not 100, 10 carries a game. Between the two of them, each should be getting 10 carries per game. One of them can get more. There's no reason for them not both to get 10 plus carries. It was just we got to run the ball more still. Sean said we were going to run it more. We did to start, but then he just goes away from what's working, I feel like, when it's like a close game or something. Like against the Chargers last year, we were up at half, things were going good, and then he just goes away from what's working. And uh, there's no explanation to it. And he's just going to come out and say after every game, I got to do better, I got to do better, I got to do better. After a while, it's getting really tiring hearing him say that because yes, you do have to be better. So how about go out there and at least try to be better? I mean, we still should have ran the ball more. We did run it, we did, but we should have done it more. It would have helped the offense just all throughout the game. Um, by quarter, let me see how many carries in the fourth quarter. J.K. Dobbins had 5 carries for 6.5 yards. So we actually fed him in the fourth quarter, so that was good. That was good. RJ had 1 carry in the fourth quarter, 1 carry in the third quarter, 2 in the second, 1 in the first. You gotta get RJ the ball more and not on runs up the gut. That's he will be able to break one every once in a while, but he's not the guy that you run up the gut every single time. You gotta give him some outside runs, some pitch plays. We did good giving him some screens here and there. I would like to see a little more screens to him. Um, some more RPOs. This we gotta find ways to get RJ the ball on the outside because that's where his speed can really take over and that's where he's really elite. And we need to use our running backs more. I liked that we did actually use our running backs more, but again, we gotta use them even more than this because again, it. Oh man, it was just brutal down the stretch from our offense. I think lots of that was change of play calls. We just went away from what was working. Now that I'm looking at it, it kind of looks like we did run the ball more in the fourth quarter, but then we only passed it 5 times. Granted, one was a bow pick. It was tipped. It was a whole little fiasco. I mean, just I'm gonna keep saying it until we do it, but we need more carries. We at least every game we need to see at least 25 plus carries between JK and RJ. Unless if it's getting completely shut down, there is no reason not to use both of them for 25 plus carries a game. We just cannot be having such great rushing numbers, but not using them enough still. It's just, it's not fun to see whatsoever. We got to be better than that. Um, I mean, they didn't even get 20 carries combined this week. Yeah, well, it was just, it was just a brutal game, play calling wise, kind of down the stretch. It, like I said, it started out great. That's what we need to see every single week, every single drive, because it worked and it was beautiful. We gotta do that more, but hey, for whatever reason, we went away from it. So yeah, um, Riley Moss and Alex Singleton, fellas. Riley, I get he did good last year until he came back from his injury, but he's just not a cornerback too. I'm sorry, he's just not. I like him. Seems like a great dude. He's a solid player, but he's not at cornerback too. And we just gotta we gotta give him less snaps. Him and Singleton, two guys who were giving up plays left and right. Like literally, when the Colts would attack, it would be Singleton and Moss, and then for some reason it was Sertan a lot this week, which he definitely had a game to forget for his standards. I mean, we just again we have to be better. It's I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it was just like it was bad. I know I keep saying that over and over, but that's what it was. It was just we cannot be having that whatsoever. Um, so like I was saying, we need to get Barron some more snaps. He looked pretty solid. I know there was that miscommunication, but really we don't know whose fault exactly that was. He had a PBU in his limited snaps. Um, we gotta see him more, and we gotta see Cad more. One snap, he had one snap. That he's somebody who I really think can be our cornerback too this year. Um, and it would really work. I want to see him more because Riley's not the answer for our full time cornerback too. And then Singleton, man, oh man, we gotta get Greenlaw back fast. We cannot have Singleton being our linebacker one. He's just getting absolutely killed out there in coverage. He just gives up plays left and right. There's no break with him. He just gives up plays in coverage every single time. And the Colts really expose that. I think we'll see that more and more. I think Chargers will really try to attack that. I mean, yeah, we just need Greenlaw back, and we need to stop putting Singleton so much in coverage because it's just a recipe for disaster, and it's not something we can have uh, week in, week out. Something I noticed from this game that was a little concerning, kind of, is Evan Ingram was almost non existent. He didn't touch the field that much. Troutman was getting used more than him. And Evan Ingram was supposed to be this guy to come in and be Sean's Joker. I know people don't like that term. That's completely fair because it's overused like crazy, but it's somebody that Sean really wanted. We went out and we got him, and now we're just not using him really. I mean, this could definitely change. Maybe we're just hiding our play calls for him until these bigger weeks against Chargers, Eagles. The Bengals game was going to be a huge game, but if Burrow's going to be out, that changes things drastically. Um, but we just have to use him more because he's a great tight end, and there's really no reason he shouldn't be working in Sean's system. It, I don't know why he wasn't out there more. Like I said, Troutman, Crowley even might have gotten more snaps than him. It just we cannot be having that whatsoever. It was extremely weird not to see him get any snaps. We need to see more of that. Um, and I love it if they kind of gave us a reason on why he wasn't out there because it is a little concerning. Like I don't know, is there an injury going on? Like I said, Sean just hiding him kind of. It was just really weird to see. So this game, in my opinion, was mainly on the defense and special teams, but Bo's pick was definitely a huge momentum turn. I don't know why exactly we were even throwing downfield there. It kind of looks like Troutman was open on the drag for the first down, probably. But even if not, just throw that bouncer in field goal range. We go up 8. But Sutton was open. Bo did have him, but it got tipped. But even without the tip, Bo just overthrew him. It was just a bad pass, and they made us pay, and that definitely helped us lose. Like I said, I think the offense and Bo did plenty to win the game. That they kind of, I don't know if I'd say deserved to win the game, but they probably should have won this game. They put up 28 points, but the defense just couldn't do anything. It was just kind of brutal. Rookie playing time. Pat Bryant, I liked how much we saw him. That was nice to see. We did utilize him. We saw him. I would love to see him even more because he looked really good. But Barron and RJ just kind of continue to get buried a little. Bidet, I feel like, is almost kind of having more snaps than RJ. We just can't really be having that. RJ's a really good running back. He proved that week 1, and we gotta give him opportunities to thrive where he thrives, and we just really aren't doing that. Um, and we gotta do that more. Barron, I think we gotta play him more, especially if our secondary keeps getting cooked like this, because man alive, it was brutal. We really gotta do something there, man. I really don't think Riley's the answer. I think he can be a fine defensive piece, but he should not be playing every single snap in this game. He just shouldn't. Him and Singleton, there's no reason for them to be playing every single snap of basically every single game. It's just completely ridiculous. There's no reason for that to really be happening. Yeah. So then, Will Lutz. Me personally, I've never really loved him as a kicker. I feel like even in Denver, he can't hit super far kicks. And in today's game, 60-yarders are more and more common. In Denver, they should be even more common. Uh, but we just didn't see that. We haven't seen that really. I feel like he kind of tends to miss in big spots, and he missed in a big spot. But Sean loves him, so I don't see him going anywhere for probably rest of his career. To be completely honest with you, as long as Sean is in Denver, I think he will remain in Denver. So I mean, there's really not much to say there. I don't really think he should be our kicker. He's just kind of perfectly mid, and I think we can definitely have better, especially being in Denver. We should have guys that can absolutely bomb it from 60, maybe even 60 plus. Um, there's just he's just kind of a mediocre kicker, really. Seems like a good guy and everything, but I don't really see how he's on this team. It's really just seems like Sean's Saints bias. I just don't see a reason why he should really be on the team. And I know I've talked about a lot about the defense being terrible, but 473 total yards to the Colts is just ridiculous. I mean, you probably could have. I mean, it was just bad. Um, Vance was brutal. Like I said, it was just inexcusable. There's no way to explain it to make it sound okay. It was just a terrible game from this defense. Nick looked terrible. Coop looked terrible. The only guys who looked positive was Hufunga. He's always around the ball. Love to see that. Um, but Cooper and Benito, they were non-factors really. Zach Allen, JFM, they were both kind of non-factors also, apart from JFM getting in a little scuffle. Uh, Ellis and Tillman, I think they both provided more pressures and more pressure on Jones, obviously, than Benito and Cooper did all game. When Tillman and Ellis were out there, our pass rush actually looked like a pass rush, and you just really cannot be having that. And lots of that could be Vance Joseph scheming. It's just he's got to be better. I just cannot wait till we get a new defensive coordinator, to be honest with you, because Vance year in year out, sure yeah, at the end of the year the defense looks fine and everything and the statistics and everything, but he has really good players and they should be even better than they're being. That's pretty obvious. It's just it comes down to scheming and like I said before, Vance can't adjust and I think that really showed today. He couldn't adjust once for the Colts absolutely just running the football up the gut in the second half. They were just running right down our throats. It was just a completely brutal game. We cannot be giving up 473 yards of total offense to the Colts. We just cannot be doing that. I can't imagine if we play the same way we just played against the Chargers, we're losing by 40. We are losing by 40 if that happens. Justin Herbert is gonna eat this defense alive if we come out and play the way we just did, because it was just that bad. It was just really bad, and really we lost this game. We lost it. The Colts didn't win. We lost this game. Penalties, the defense, offense not coming through at the end. Um, just everybody kind of selling. Special teams. Rizzy's been a huge disappointment. Our special teams has looked so undisciplined all year so far. And granted, 2 weeks, but he was hyped up to be all this for a special teams coordinator. And man, it's not good whatsoever. Um, I mean, we gotta be better. Um, we gotta be better. Again, the Colts didn't win this game. We lost. We had every opportunity to win, and we just couldn't make that field goal. We couldn't make that throw. We couldn't get that stop. We couldn't get that sack. We couldn't. We had a few almost picks that we just dropped. We just had every opportunity to make this game not the way it went. But hey, we sold. I guess we gotta move on. I think this team will move on. I really hope this lights a fire under them because we definitely need that going in against the Chargers. 'Cause they're definitely going to be really good. So, key takeaways from this game: Bo looked good in the first half. Um, Troy looked amazing. Love seeing that from Troy. I was a little worried he was going to drop that deep pass, but he didn't. So that gives me so much confidence in him. Um, Running game looked great. Ellis looked great. Tillman looked great. Our depth on defense looked pretty good. PJ Locke came in, got a couple snaps, did good. But yeah, again, it was just our defense is worrying me a little. if teams figure us out like the Colts just did, week in week out, we could lose every single game if our defense keeps playing like this. They gotta they gotta turn it up. I think they probably will. I think they will. Um, but man, it's definitely a slight worry now. Not a big one whatsoever. Just the tiniest little worry in the world. But I mean, we just have to be better. So I mean, expectations for the rest of the season remain the same. We're making the playoffs. We have to. I think we 1000% will. We started out worse last year, still made it. I think we can do that again. The division, we can very much so still win it. Go out, beat the Chargers next week, and the division is wide open for grabs for us. Things to look out for next week is hopefully we pound the rock more, even more than we did this week. Um, Bo was looking better, so hopefully we see him go out and do better. I'll kind of touch on this more. I'm planning on doing another pod on probably Friday or Saturday. It'll come out with a Chargers fan. We'll talk about uh, the Broncos Chargers game coming up. We'll kind of preview that. So uh, I'll talk about my thoughts on that game more then. And that's really all I got to say for this game. Just it was just it was so brutal. We just cannot be having that. It was so bad. Um, we just gotta be better. So thank you guys so much for watching. Um, I hope you all have a amazing day, amazing week, and I'll see you guys later.